Hey, what's up, my fellow ninjas? This is John Tolles, president of Workplace Ninjas US. I'm here with a couple of really cool updates. I can't wait to see all of you in about a month and a half. Really happy, excited to announce we're only about 20 tickets left and we're going to be fully sold out. And with that, we got a couple of awesome announcements. First, as you can see here, this is the official logo of Workplace Ninjas US. That's our boy Clippy riding an eagle. That's how we do it in America. You can see here our limited edition Workplace Ninjas US t-shirt. Clippy, Dallas, what could be better than that? But what I'm really here to tell you about that I'm really excited about is the hackathon we're getting ready for. I've got captains swearing at me, which means I'm doing things right and I'm doing things really fun and dynamically. So I'm going to show you how we're going to be taking away AI, which is hilarious because we've got a generative AI hackathon. I'm not going to tell them what their project is going to be, but we got one. That's coming up. And we're going to actually take AI away from them and make them earn it the hard way. So you can see here, I've got my Meraki environment that I've been getting set up. I'm rocking MR36. I'm rocking a Meraki firewall with it. And so you can see here, we'll use a great example. I'm connected. ChatGPT works. And then how about we just ask Chat, tell us about Workplace Ninjas. Let's see what it shines for us, shall we? Look at that. Bam. Workplace Ninjas US in chat. We got some stuff. Pretty cool, right? There's our Ninja Clippy. So let's see what happens when we go into one of our devices and we set a policy. So by default on the VLAN, we're going to be blocking AI. So right now this works, right? Let's see what happens when we go, okay, you like that AI? Let's see if you get to keep that AI, shall we? So we're going to wait for this block to kick in. It'll kick in within a minute or two. We're just waiting for it. And I figure, well, as well check this out in real time, right? As it goes, it does happen pretty quick. Come to see if we get a little bit. We're just waiting for that block to take effect. And it can take a little bit of time. So we'll show you kind of how the sausage is made with this, just for fun. So you're going to see here is by default, we have a category block that's going to block generative AI. And so this policy, which is, right, pretty cool, is actually going to be applied. This is just a little bit of fun stuff to show you. So that's actually applied at this VLAN level. This is the VLAN that's actually attached to the SSID. And so that's actually going to block it. Go back to monitoring client. Let's see if this block is taking effect yet. Somehow it hasn't. And keep in mind with this, it could take a few minutes for that firewall to really hit. Let's see if it's actually, it's still working. Amazingly. So, like I said, we're keeping an eye on this in real time. Just waited for that block to take effect. And it'll go. Oh, so how about that? You actually have to be smart enough to pay attention. So let's make sure I'm actually connected to my Hackathon network. And now we are. Let's see what happens. Yep, there we go. Bam. So the caching is not quite there. So you'll see them right here. So tell me about Meraki. Like I said, it's important you actually pay attention to what you're doing. And if you don't, this is what happens. So watch what happens when you just tell me about Meraki. You're just going to see it's kind of time out here. So, LOL, right? Anyway, that's obviously not working. We've been able to successfully block it, which is pretty cool. And then we can kind of go right back in. And it's going to be part of one of the things that's going to be different about our hackathon than every other hackathon you've ever been at is there's going to be a ton of gameplay. I'm going to be channeling my inner Guy Fieri with this because that's the way you do it, right? You want to really try to have fun with it and do stuff that's pretty fun, pretty crazy. And that's kind of what we're doing. So then you'll see here is I'll go back in and I will say, okay, cool. Allow all. I see network loss. So now we're just going to wait for that OpenAI to come back, and it'll come back shortly. Now, while we're waiting on that, let's show you the MVP of this whole thing. So now we're going to look at something that I call the Wheel of Misfortune. So our hackathon, unlike others, is all about gameplay. So you can see, ooh, pretty wheel. So basically the way this works is, in set intervals, probably we'll say 30 minutes, what's going to end up happening is we're going to spin the wheel. First, we're going to spin it to see which captain it's going to affect. Samesh. And now we're going to spin and see what the wheel giveth or taketh away. So you can see here, it's going to spin again. Say, let's do a swapperoo. Now the swapperoo is going to take a player from Samesh's team and swap them with somebody on another team. Because now we know it's Samesh. Who's he going to get swapped with? Andy Taylor and Samesh will have 2 random members swapped. That's one example. And if we spin it again to see who goes next. Okay, Andy. Whee! Trivia time, which I'm not going to tell you what that is. Now, interesting thing enough, as you're going to see, is that as we already talked about, we took away AI, right? So there is a 30% chance that we will land on You Get AI, where our network administrator of the day will go and they will move them to that policy, and will get AI for 30 to 60 minutes, depending on where I'm failing on that, right? And there's all kinds of stuff in here, like go get around the drinks, makes the captain take a break and get drinks for all the hackathon teams. There's a lot of things in here that you aren't going to know about yet. Immunity gives you a get out of jail free card so that you can actually absorb something that's going to punish you. And we have some other ones that I'm not going to quite tell you about. The most ominous one is the judge's hammer. You won't know what that is yet. There's also a possibility that we might play a little Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and give people a lifeline where they can actually get help from somebody, which is pretty cool. So I just wanted to show you these other things. The Wheel of Misfortune will give it and take it away. And it can be the deciding factor on who comes away with the golden clippy and the gift card awards or rewards rather that make this hackathon special. So don't forget, make sure you sign up. We have a few spots left, workplaceninjas.us/registration. And at that point, you will get to be part of the fun because 100 people in total will get to be at this brewery. All you can eat, all you can drink. It's going to be a ton of fun, and there's no better way to kick off this amazing event from Workplace Ninjas US, which is going to be just the start of all the awesomeness we're going to see for 2 days. So make sure you come and see us. Get to the hackathon, get involved, learn the immersion. And wait, there's more. If you're in attendance, you are our eyes and ears. You catch somebody cheating, you catch Neathouse taking out his phone and going ChatGPT, you will get special bonus swag, and that's the special part of all of it.